Class, today we have the honor of the attendance of Pak Aryo Setiadi. Yeah, he's old friend of mine. Yeah, he's a seasoned practitioner and also a lecturer. Yeah, he teaches also in several universities. At the same time, he was also managing some companies. I think later Pak Aryo himself will explain and tell you about his profile, complete profile and background. Yeah. So what I share with you on the screen is just some of his achievement and also his experience. Yeah. So he was involved a lot in pharmaceutical industry, the one that I know, becoming a managing director also in several companies, and also he was an entrepreneur. Yeah, I think he managed to set up few companies also. So I hope later Pak Aryo can also share more about his experience, his challenges, yeah, and also lesson learned related to becoming an entrepreneur and also a professional at the same time. So I hope the class you also be more participative, yeah, ask him question and also maybe share your concern about opening up new business later on, yeah, after you graduate. Okay, so without further ado, I will allow Pak Aryo to share his presentation. Thank you, Pak Aryo, for coming. Please, Pak, the stage is yours.
Okay, Pak. May I have your permission, Pak, to share my screen,
belum.
Pak?
Oke, sure, Pak. Belum di-assign, Pak, ya? Oke. Mas Guru, the host, please assign Pak Aryo, Mas, for the presentation. And also for the recording, ya?
Yes, Pak. Thank you, Pak.
Yeah. Yes, I think you are assigned already, Pak, as a co-host. Ya, silakan, Pak.
Okay, Pak. But now I'm still confused how to do this recording because
itu ada one ya di bawah tuh ada setelah share screen, Pak, sebelah kanan itu.
That's why
Oh. Yeah.
Not so easy. Okay. Is it already recording, Pak? Okay, ready.
Yeah, already recording, yeah.
Okay. So let me share my slide, Pak.
Yes, please.
I hope anybody can see now already.
Yes, Pak.
Okay.
Ya, bisa, Pak.
Okay. So I need to enlarge the screen then. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and also my senior, Dr. Aslan Furinto. He's always inspiring me because of his knowledge level is always updated. I always impressed with whatever he's presenting because it's always something new. And I try to catch up with him, but I think I'm still far away. But anyway, yes, on this opportunity, I also very honored that I can be joining this such a very intelligent class, and I think SPM ITB is also very much on the way to develop their student to be a professional. And now I would like to also to share how to be the entrepreneurs. Yeah, I understand that some of you mostly are millennials, and millennials, I think one of their concern is how to be the professional in terms of entrepreneurs. Yeah, because now it's not so easy to have executive, but also entrepreneur is one of the choice that you may consider. Yeah. So on this digital era, we understand that these entrepreneurs has also to be familiar with the digital things, because now it's not so easy to be in the market without having those digital approach for their business. Yeah. And also I was quite challenging for me to also to deliver the situation about this crisis. Yeah. because as entrepreneurs, we always see crisis as opportunity. Yeah, it's not always be a problem, because if you think about problem, then you will get problem. If you think about opportunity, then you will get solution. Yeah? So on this occasion, I also to share with you this the picture on the left side. This is showing that as a leaders and the entrepreneurs, the first you may have also to have your vision, and you have your passion, yeah, and you have a very good attitude, and then sense of change, because as an entrepreneur you cannot be rigid, you have to be flexible and ready to change, and you have to be acting speed with agility and persistent. But those things are to be connected. This is not so easy. Yeah, it's nice to be put in the picture, but it's not easy to deliver in the real practice. Yeah, so I will try to explore this understanding about this model into my following slide. As already mentioned by Dr. Asnan, this is my profile. I think it's not so important to see this one, because you will have this on your slides, because now I'm still working as a commissioner in one of the pharmaceutical industry. After 20 years, I've been moving around in J&J, and it's an American company, and then Servier is a French company, Meiji is a Japanese company, and then IDS Marketing is a Hong Kong-based company, and also being a consultant. And I'm together with Dr. Asnan has been able at the time is we also taught in Bina Nusantara University up to now. Yeah. And those are the profile. And yes, I've been joining some company in the past, but also giving the training. That's why I need to also to still update my knowledge, because training is always interesting, because I can share. Yeah. And also in the meantime, I also still continuing my own business, which is a consultant business, and also distribution business. And yes, these are some profile you will see on this slide, showing that also involve not only in training, but also in the social and also in the some activity as well. And you can see my contact number and also my social media access, that you may contact me anytime if you have some further question on this guest lecture program. And this is certification. I also like to study, yeah, because the study is a never-ending learning process. So I also joining some courses, either online or offline, and also now also try to explore further, not only in marketing, but also human resources, soft skill, and also leadership. Yeah, this is the training that I have been joining. So the career, yes, currently I'm still the commissioner after has been 3 years as a president director, and then 2 years as a factory director. And this is to show you that even my background is marketing, but marketing can also do the manufacturing. Yeah, and also the distribution company, and also the pharmaceutical company. This is IDS is distribution, Meiji is a pharmaceutical company, and health clinics, and then also another pharmaceutical company, and then also chemical industry. And then entrepreneurs experience, yes, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 companies. I already started in 2005 up to 2014, and unfortunately, thanks God, it's all failed. Yeah. Because at that time I'm still not know what is leadership, and I think I have to learn from the mistake that I've done. But I hope that you don't follow my fail, but I believe you can be more successful than me. Yeah? Because it's just showing the history that leadership is very critical on understanding this and how to manage. And everybody, I think you have already familiar with this differentiation between leaders and managers. Yeah. But I think the most important thing is innovation. because during this pandemic or crisis, innovation is the one will be the key success factor. As manager, they always think 9 to 5, which is coming to the office at 9 and leaving the office at 5. And then they just do as SOP. But again, there are not much more things that they can do because they have some procedure that they have to follow. But leaders, they always try to seek the creativity, the innovation, and they always like to challenge the status quo. If this is already good, how can we make it better? If this is something wrong, how we can improve it? Yeah. So the issue of innovation should be followed with the challenging of the status quo. Sometimes leader can be a risk taker. Yeah. If you are only the safe player or you are a risk avoider, I think it's also important, but I think as a leader, you need more than that. Not to be safe player and such managers does, but you need to challenge the status quo. And sometimes the leaders has some challenges, some rejection, some denial because of this approach of the challenging status quo. And then the third thing that you need to also to highlight here is the long-term view. That's why some of the entrepreneurs, they are fail on the first year or second year because they think not in the long terms. It's always like that when like you learning to ride a bicycle, you always keep falling down in the first try, second try, and sometimes your bicycle goes down to the sewer, masuk selokan. That's my experience actually. But you cannot just give up. You have to stand up and then move forward. Yeah. So this is long-term view. That's why as a leader, you have to have a very strong and solid dream, strong and solid objective. What will you achieve in the next 5 years or 10 years? Because there is no instant process. It's always long-term process. Yeah. This is the way how to differentiate leaders and managers. And then how we classify the leaders. Yeah. Because this topic about leadership, you have to have both sides, fixed mindset and growth mindset. Yeah. What is the meaning of these two? You will see this one. Yeah. Fixed mindset is that people are believe that skills are born and you cannot learn and grow. Performance and outcomes not looking back. Yeah. Always good. But not only focus on the result, but you also need to focus on the process. This is interesting because growth mindset is always considering that things can be learned and you have to see how to make the process becoming better. So, and then also you need to see the keys to grow. Yeah, there are some points that you need to understand here. Yeah. First, that yes, you always think that everything is important and you have to embrace and preserve frame as an opportunity. Always see the challenge. That's why when you have SWOT analysis, I believe you have been learned that one. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. But in the as entrepreneurs, you have to see the other way around. You don't see SWOT, but you should see POWS. So the first letter should start with threat. Threat means you have to challenge. You have to wake up. You have to improve based on the threat that you will have. But nowadays, the letter of T has been changed to C. Yeah. So it's not POWS, but COWS. C stands for challenge. So leaders see everything not a problem, but opportunity and also challenges. Yeah. Because if you see challenges, you will see there are things to be done, things to be improved. And yes, mistake is okay. Yeah. As a leader with the growth mindset, my boss at that time told me, he's from Australian. And he said, Aryo, you can make any mistake you like. Because at the time I was installed as a president director in that company. And then I said to my boss, what things I have to do, boss? He said, make many mistakes. Really? Yes, you can make many mistakes because from that mistake you will learn. But one thing you have to promise me, Aryo, you cannot make the same mistake twice. Oh, that's heavy. Yeah? You can make mistake, yes, but do not make the same mistake twice. Because at the time my age still below 35 years, I was a president director, and then my boss said, you're still young, you can make many mistakes, but do not make the same mistake twice, because mistakes will make you learn how to see them as opportunity. And then, yeah, as a leader with fixed mindset, you always think that critics, comments is something that makes you very defensive, and then sometimes you take personally. But as a leader with growth mindset, critics, comments, complaint, that's vitamin. My boss said, oh, any complaint, Aryo? Yes. Oh, why are you laughing, sir? Oh, that's vitamin. It's good for you. Take it. Because vitamin will make your body stronger, will make your body improve the antibody and so on and so on. This is interesting, yeah, the way people see the fixed mindset and growth mindset. And then now with the leadership during this digital, as requested for this topic today, yes, you are familiar with those figures, with those symbols, with this Facebook, WhatsApp, Spotify, LinkedIn, Dropbox, and everything. Why? Because the word is actually in your hand, which is very helpful actually. In the past, when I was starting my own business, I always try to catch people. I have to go there and then wait it for hours. And then sometimes the customer did not give me the order, but just I have to come back in the next following days and so on and so on. And to get information, to get source of material, it's not so easy because I have to search in the, the Yellow Pages book. In the past, we have that one. But now I think nobody see that one because now everything can be sourced from the internet. So Internet of Things, IoT, is now becoming very instrumental. So as entrepreneurs today, digital or social media is something that you cannot live without it. And then how the digital leaders can perform differently. Yeah. Yes, I understand that now we are in the digital era. And you know that the 39% of the revenue is coming from digital channels. Yeah. You know now the word of omni-channel. Yeah, omni-channel when people try to sell offline and online. And now the trend is getting high on the online revenue rather than offline revenue. That's why now some of the retail stores are on the very difficult situation. Some of the fast food restaurant is also now is relying on the online order rather than people are coming to their restaurant because now they see that the online is one of the key points, especially during this crisis when people are in the pandemic situation, they are afraid to go out from their house because they are worried if they can be infected by those virus. And then now you need also to invest 90% of your revenue into technology. So now people are also, some students also learning about technology. It is a must. You have to be able to do this. Sometimes when you meet people, you don't show the name card, but you show them your barcode scanner. My name card has a barcode scanner. So when people see, just showing barcode scanner and then they scan with the mobile phone and all the data is transferred. Very quick. And then you know that the market share, most likely they are grow by 9%. This is the data from the US, but I don't know Indonesia, we don't have that such resource data yet. But seems that the technology is becoming the future promise. And now you are as a millennial, you're still young, I believe. In the next 5 or 10 years, you will be the leaders, the top level executive, the top performers. So again, yes, technology will be your day-to-day activities. So how to become the digital leader? Yeah, the first step is invest in learning. Yeah, so this is, I take this from Continentals, and showing that also now you are very lucky. I guarantee you, we have a very excellent lecturer, which is Dr. Asnan Furinto. He's one of the best. And I think he can lead you in such a way how to become a digital. Yeah, because you have to start working out loud, and then also, yeah, first thing you have to do when you wake up is always update your status. Check your profile, how many inquiry coming in your LinkedIn, how many order coming from your WhatsApp, and so on and so on. That's entrepreneurs. But as a professional, you have to update what is the request from your stakeholder, which is the superior, inferior, and also your customer. And then you also browsing, exploring into the YouTubes, Twitter, and so on, because you need to learn what other people comment. Yeah. Last week, I was what's called very much following up the presidential election in American USA. And you know, the Democrat and Republic is very much tight on the scoring, on the votes, which is coming from the electoral votes. And all of this data information is coming from the social media, which is on the CNN News and also Al Jazeera News and so on. And then becoming digital leader, you need to build networks. So in this class, I believe you have 31 students, right? And 31 students, that's your assets. If you are one of the 31, so it means you have 30 people as your asset. Asset of what? Asset of your networks. Someday, when you are graduate from ITB, you will be in contact with them. Yeah. So while now you are still in the studying level, please get to know them much better, closer, and then see what are their strengths, what are their competitive advantage that you should learn. This is networking. Networking is always give and takes. And then if you have some information, you should start sharing your expertise. That's interesting, because now I'm also enjoying sharing. Why? Because the more you share, actually, the more you will get of, especially updating your understanding, updating your knowledge, and so on. Yeah. And also you have to master on the video calls, whiteboards, and so on and so on. This is a digital leader. And then you also need to actively and strategically use social channel as a communication. Now there are new profession, which is very famous now as a YouTubers. People are using YouTubers as an influencer. So people like Atta Halilintar with the 27 million follower and Deddy Corbuzier with millions of followers, they are becoming a very good communication tools. So when they talk like that, so people will follow whatever they say. So you know, some celebrities, they are very much giving influence to their followers. So if you touch one person, actually you can get the millions of followers behind them. So it's more efficient rather than you put on the television channel or radio now, which is almost very limited, and also the newspaper. And then when you have the website, make sure you have somebody running and taking care of your website properly. Yeah. I used to have somebody to run off my running my website, but now he's doing his own business. So yes, I still need somebody to do this because my website is not updated. That's why I need to work on it and get optimized, because people seeing you using the search engine optimization, and that will be the access about knowing your product and your company as well. And then what will be the entrepreneurial leaders' personal qualities? Yeah. The key point is credibility. How you can be trusted, how you can customer rely on you. And that credibility is built on those points like agile, yeah, patient, you have to be patient, not easily to be in rush, proactive, honesty, energy, enthusiasm, strategy. Yes, you will learn this strategy in your class. Problem solving skills, yes, you should do now more case study review, presentation, discussion, because that's actually will enhance your problem solving skill. I know when I was a student, sometimes I complain with so many assignments given by my lecturer, my professor, because why I have to do this. But believe me, they are actually meaning good for you. So enjoy the process, enjoy the discussion, enjoy the presentation, enjoy the analysis, because that you will not get it after you graduate. So while you are still in the studying process, enjoy this, and you will see that the more you shape your skill, the more you will be ready for the taking the business in the future. And then sensitivity, yes, you have to understand about the profile of the market, and also sensitivity in terms of what is going on within your company, like from the staff, and those can be also sensing by the leaders. Initiative, yes. Creative, no question about it. Emotional intelligence, yeah, sometimes you need to learn about how to do the communication skill, how to make sure that even your heart is still very emotional, but your mind has to be cool. Yeah, that's why people say keep calm, cool, and confidence. People skill, you need to learn about how to do the communication, how to understand that people has 4 different characters, which is dominance, yeah, and then socials, influence, and then compliance. Therefore, character you have to understand, because if you understand those 4 characters, then your people skill will be very much improved. Sense of humor, yes, you should have that kind of what's called as bank data. Yeah, sometimes people are easy to telling you the story. You know, one of the key success factor of the late president Gus Dur, he is very good on this one, and that's why he can make communication with so many world leader, because the way he wrap up his humor is very intelligent. Discipline, yes, when you try to be able to come on time, make it before on time, so that people not waiting for you. Yeah, again, confidence. If you don't confident, you don't believe in your product, you don't believe in your business, nobody will believe, only you. So you have to start the fire. Oops, sorry. And then the roles. This is interesting. In the company, as a professional, there are title CEO, which is Chief Executive Officer. But when you are as a leader, as an entrepreneur, CEO becoming Chief of Everything Officer. So you can do many functions actually. When you start the business, I believe some of you already have your own initial startup business. So you can do this recruiter. Also, you do the payroll for HR administration, developing the new products. Yeah, if you are having the resources, or you have having to do the factory management, or as a marketing, you do the brand positioning, relationship with customer, financial officer, including the collection, sales, and then channel distribution. Why you have to understand all of this? This does not mean you cannot delegate. But before you delegate, you have to be master on what you will be delegating to your staff. So when something happens with your staff, something happens with your employee, then you can take over. You can give them advice, you can give them your answer, you can give them your perspective, because you have done it by yourself before. So this is interesting. And then the challenges, yes, now today, we have some issue, capital funding. I also have this one. Last time I also lost the business and I have to sell my BMW 5 Series because I have to pay my debt. Yeah, I cannot handle this one. So I have to sell all the asset at that time. But now it's a payback, yeah. Sometimes you need to do sacrificing. Capital funding also very good things that you should consider this as the way of supporting or boosting your business for the developing the future. And then also market acceptance. Sometimes your product has to be returned because of the defects, because of the complaint. Then also you understand that this is the risk, but you have to measure how much is the risk. If the risk is only less than 5%, that's normal. But it's less the risk of return call more than 50%, there's something wrong with your product quality. Internal conflict, yes, between members of your company, between members of your partners can be also conflict. But again, this is human. And you cannot avoid conflict, but you will have to live with conflict. What you can do is you have to minimize the conflict. Trial by error, yes, this is the way that people always try to improve the business, doing error, because sometimes for the new business, new product, there is no standard of references. Short-term vision, yes, sometimes you get, though I cannot pay back all the money, it's already 1 year, no profit, everybody is looking bad at me, and some of my employees already left the company. That's okay. But remember, you have to have a long-term vision. Competitor, yes, they will not wait for you, they will come to you. Turnover of the manpower, yes, this is important. But thing like, you know, the Citibank. Citibank at that time famous as one of the best banking school. So they understand it. They recruited millennials like you guys, and they already know that 1 or 2 years you will be leaving the job, because millennial, the most easy to detect is their loyalty is low. So that's why they try to always seek for the new opportunity, and just understand that's why they try to give you some challenges within 1 or 2 years, and then whenever the new employee left the company, then it's okay, because they based on the system, not they rely on the person. Difficult to find trustable partner. Yes, this is one of the critical issues. So that's why for the business, when you start your own business, please do yourself. If you have a partner, please treat them as your employee. Yeah, once you get bigger and bigger, yeah, maybe you can share, because in the beginning you have 2 or 3 people. Since, this is my good friend Pak Aryo, I trust them. Yes, can be your good friend today, but next 2-5 years, when the business is becoming bigger, there might be some issue to be settled. And the last one, how to motivate yourself. That's why you have to have a big dreams, whether you want to go overseas traveling, you have to have your good education for your children, you have to have a good nice car, you have to have a good housing. That's the thing that you have to put as a picture, as one of the things that you can do for motivate yourself. Yeah. And last thing, don't forget your customer. Yeah, there are customers already with you for several years or several months or several times. So better you focus on the customer you have today during this crisis, rather than you struggling bringing the new ones. Yes, new customer means new blood, but if you take some time to get the new customer, don't forget to maintain your existing customer, because they are the one who make your business surviving. And then also 5 practice tips that I can share with you is I get this from the leadership textbook. One is always challenging the process. Do not always satisfy what you have right now. Remember, the enemy of great zone is your comfort zone. So if you want to make better, you have to get out from your comfort zone. And then when you have a good vision, you share, inspiring others, so that your vision can be also benefit by others. And then give others time to act, to perform. Yeah. Jadi beri mereka panggung, jangan semua, don't everything done by yourself. Give them also things to do and to perform. Or you always to seek what is the new model, what is the new way, what is the solution. That's why you need to learn the strategy. And the last but not least, you have to encouraging the heart. Remember, your people, yourself, we are human beings. We have a heart. So that's why one of the critical issues in the marketing, not only have to win the mind share or the market share, but you also need to win the heart share. I think that's all, Pak Asnan, with all due respect. Hopefully this can be leads for some discussion with these students, and I believe we can have some good discussion.
Okay, thank you, Pak Aryo, for your sharing of experience and points. I think those are very powerful points, the one that Pak Aryo has shared, because it's not just something that can be found from the book, but Pak Aryo has really experienced it himself, from the background. Because Pak Aryo is very humble person. Actually, he's much more senior than me, in terms of experience, in terms of the exposure. So I think the one that he shared is very, inspiring. So I think all of you might have questions, especially because he has a good mix of professionals and also entrepreneurs, and at the same time also educator. So I think that's quite a rare combination. So you can ask Pak Aryo about related to your current plan or maybe future plan. Feel free to ask and get his insight. Okay, I'll leave it to the class for question. Maybe 2 questions for the start.
Halo, Pak.
Fauzan, Pak.
Okay, first Ratri and then Fauzan. Okay, Ratri.
Thank you for the presentation. Sorry, my baby's crying. Fauzan can go first. Sorry, Pak.
Oh yeah, it's okay, Ratri.
My baby first.
Sure. Fauzan.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, Pak. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir, for such an inspiring sharing to us about your presentation. It is interesting for me when you explain about make mistakes. Make mistake a lot when you were young, and it is coming from your boss. I also looking for another perspective in training in TNI, like a bela negara, something like that, and their motivation is cepat, tepat, and like no mistakes at all, sir. And that is also what been done by our Ministry of Pariwisata, Pak Wisnu Tama, when he lead the Net TV. There, his principle is to make a zero mistake, and that acknowledge through the employees. So we're not seeking true or false motivation here, but I want to know which one is more effective. Like make mistakes more, and we are doing from that. We are learn from those mistakes that we made, or we just have to prepare to make the best to get those zero mistakes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Second question, if Ratri is ready. If not ready, you can. Okay,
Yeah.
now you can. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yes, Ratri.
So thank you very much for the presentation, Pak Aryo. This is very interesting.
Yes.
So as an entrepreneur, because I just started it, and I just wanted to hear a little bit more from your experience about your most bottom rock experience. How do you deal with it? How do you get out of it? And what type of mindset you use to face that bottom rock experience? Thank you.
Okay, please, Pak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I direct, ya, Pak? Thank you, Pak.
Yes, please, Pak. Yeah.
First of all, thank you, Fauzan, for your very nice and very good questions. Yeah, so let me refer to, the Jack Ma. Is the
Jack Ma,
founder
yes,
of
sir.
Alibaba. Yeah, one of his famous speech, he said that, are you okay with your driving? Is it okay?
No, sir. I'm stopping now. I'm stopping.
Okay. I was worried about your safety. Yeah, I know you have a nice car. Yeah, Jack Ma mentioned when you are below 30, you have a business, you can do mistakes because
Right.
below 30, you do mistake, everybody will forgive you because
Yes,
that's
yes.
the process that you have to go through. Yeah, and but if you are 30 to 40, then you should not make the same mistake twice. You have to be careful on making mistake.
Right.
40 to 50, you have no mistake, cannot be tolerated because you are in the such very firm position and the very critical position. You should not make any mistakes because if you make
Right.
mistake, it will cost company a lot of money. Yeah, it's very dangerous. I've done this. I make mistake, and that's my boss, not only boss, the shareholder was questioning me, but I can give the answer. And then after 50 years old, just go for vacation. No need to worry about the business. Give the business to the young people because they know how to do this. So refer to that question, to that statement. I think we have to put where we are. If you are in military, yes, sure, you cannot make mistake because you miss one bullet, you will get another bullet come to you. In the war, yeah, kill or to be killed, and cannot make mistake. But even a good soldier, they make mistake. I guarantee you, even the general, they can make mistake because they are human being. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, I know that Wisnu Tama is one of the best, what's called best executive. Yeah, I was in one of the competition with him in the 2010. Yeah,
Right.
so I won number 2 as a best executive CEO, and Wisnu Tama number 3. But he's joining a big company. I'm joining the small company, so it's got more popular than me. But he's very strong. I understand. He's very good and very perfect. Okay,
Yes.
in this business, you can be like that, but you have to take the consequences. Because some people, you know that people can be divided into 3, yeah, your people. Yeah. One, they can motivate by fear. Yeah, if you can press them fear, they will motivate.
Yeah.
In military, you have to go by fear. The second, you have to motivate them by shy. Jadi,
Sure.
apa kamu nggak malu? Yang lain bisa kok kamu nggak bisa? Something like that. Shy, comparing.
Yeah.
Make them feel that they have to wake up. The third one with love. Okay, it's okay. You can understand you have done this, but I understand that you mean goods. So please don't do the same again in the future. I trust you. I know that you can do better. So let's move on. This is the 3 way of motivate: fear, shy, and love. So you can choose which one is better. All better, all goods. Only the difference is the timing. The timing.
And
yes.
Yes, what about? I mean, those treatment are good, right, sir? But it depends on the people who you talk with.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. If you are people, you're very sensitive, ya, orang yang baperan, you better approach them with love. Kalau orangnya sangat performer, high achiever, you approach them with fear, because this is the way to challenge them. But some people can be in between. You should do the with shy. So like in sales management, when I was the sales, I always do in the first month, I use the love. Middle of the month, shy. End of the month, fear. You don't achieve the budget, move out from my face. I don't want to see you again. That's my boss. Hope that give you some understanding, yeah, Fauzan.
Okay, sir.
Are you confirmed with this one? Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Have a safe driving.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Wish you all the best.
Okay.
Yes, Ratri. Thank you very much for your very insightful question. The bottom rock that I've been through is how to control my ego. You know that I was in the roller coaster business at that time. and sometimes I have to go directly to see the customer, and the customer sometimes they are younger than me. They are sometimes I met my friend, and then they ask me, Aryo, what are you doing? You are the director of the on those company, but you are coming here and then you to sell your jamu because I'm selling jamu. Oh yeah, but it's good for your health. This is recommended by Ministry of Health. Yeah, but you're coming here. How much you make profit, Aryo? Only maybe 2,000, 3,000. Why you do this? Why you not just go back to your company and do this? Oh yeah, I'm building my future. I'm developing the business because I believe as an executive in the company, I can be anytime I can be fired. But if I do my own business, I believe this is my future. Yeah. So the dilemma, the conflict within myself, Ratri, was very difficult because you have to control, you have to kill your ego. That's why in some entrepreneurs, they cannot survive because their ego is dominate them. Yeah. So I think this is the bottom block problem that I've been done. And second, yeah, always financially, yeah. When I have to lose the business, I have to sell my BMW, I sell thing. You know, the family, my wife is, you know, is the general in the house. Here's the law. Here's the law in my house. So, how to convince your family member is one of the things that is very much challenging at that time, because I have to sell my idea that this is good for our future, not only for today. So some people need to be understand on this one.
Okay, so basically try suppressing our own ego and then looking at the end goal.
Yes,
to keep going.
Yeah, that's why your ego is a very much controlling you, especially when you are. This is a master degree, yeah. So if you are master degree, you graduate from ITB. Wow, ITB is one of the best technological school gitu ya. Orang ngertinya, oh lulusan ITB pasti ini, kok tiba-tiba jualan di pinggir jalan nih, jualan cilok gitu ya. Iya, jualan cilok, tapi saya punya 10 branch. Wah, 10 cabang gitu. Tapi kan wah itu pasti akan ngantem banget gitu. Now you see that even the Singapore Airlines, you know, they are selling restaurant in the airplane. Yes, because right. The airplane cannot move out. You know, the KFC, Pizza Hut, they are selling on the street. Yeah, Pizza Hut, you can buy 100,000, you get 4 personal pan pizza. Yeah. Is it difficult? Yes, very difficult at the beginning, but after that you will get used to it. So don't worry.
Just a following up question really quick on that one. Should we have a safety net financially? Just in case, you know, we failed for several periods. So what type of safety net should we have then? Yes, because correct. We have family to take care of.
Yep. Very good questions. And there's no such numbers on this one. But the point is, you have to remember, you do not put all your eggs in the same baskets. Ya, jangan taruh semua itu dalam satu keranjang. So what I do is, now I've learned from so many financial advisor. When you do business, you can allocate 30% of your revenue, of your wealth, maximum. Because things happen, you still have 70% to survive, to live with your family and also with your children. So only 30%. More than that, yeah, it's depending. Some people, they are getting crazy and they are more confident. They can go 50%, 70%. It's up to them. But I'm in the middle of a safe player, but also a risk taker. So I think 30% will be your maximum level.
I see. Thank you for that. That's very helpful. Thank you, Pak.
Yep, you're welcome, Ratri.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I think I learned also new thing just now from the question of Fauzan and answered by Pak Aryo. Yeah, interesting. Pak, the management by fear just now. Yeah, by shy and also by love. Yeah, I think it's you know, it's a practical or applied knowledge just now that Pak Aryo has shared. Yeah, so you can also apply that to later on if you have staff, yeah, or you have colleague. Yeah, not necessarily always by fear or always by shy or always by love. Yeah, so a combination of that. And for the Ratri's point, I think it's also interesting. Yeah, the ego. Yeah, Pak Aryo. Yeah, the enemy within you actually. how you beat your own ego. I think just now Pak Aryo give example about how Singapore Airlines also change the business, to be more creative. It also applies in individual level. I think during this pandemic, a lot of profession, a lot of people change profession. From the pilot, usually pilot of a long haul flight, now becoming selling fried noodle. Ada yang jual mie ayam, jual bubur ayam, because the airline stops. Jadi I think it's very relevant and very accurate, the one that Pak Aryo mentioned about the ego. If you have the ego is too big, I don't think you can switch to that kind of profession. So I think it's very important for those of you, the entrepreneurs in the making. Okay, good. Yes, Phil, I open the forum again for two of you to ask question again to Pak Aryo.
Can I ask, Pak?
Yeah, sure. Rizky, okay.
Okay. So I just only ask one question. Referring to your previous slide, Pak, that you mentioned to us that you failed your several companies back then, and you mentioned to us that it's because the lack of leadership. And my question is, can I ask two questions at the same time, Pak Asnan? It's just like
it's okay.
Question. The first one is, how can you know that's your leadership is a bad back then? How can you know that it's not your product is not acceptable in the market? How can you know that it is not your customer service? How can you know it's your leadership? And after you know that, the second question is, what kind of factor of leadership that you've bet at the back then? Is it your bad treating your employee, or you don't provide quite good workspace for them, or something like that, Pak? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rizky. One more question.
Sir, can I ask question?
Can I ask question, Pak?
Sure, siapa dulu nih? Aditya ya?
Thank you,
Okay,
Pak.
Aditya ya, okay.
Okay, thank you, Pak Aryo, for the presentation. I think I find that Pak Aryo gained mentorship from Pak Aryo boss, right? So I have a question about mentorship. Do you have any recommendation how to find a mentor, Pak? And then if we find one, how we approach the mentor himself? Like, it's really like sometimes what I feel like, oh, he's really a great man, like terus minder duluan, Pak. How we approach the want to be our mentor gitu.
Mentor for entrepreneurs or mentor for leaders?
Entrepreneurs, Pak.
Entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Pak.
Okay. Two questions later after Pak Aryo answer, I can open up again. Yes, please, Pak Aryo.
Yes, thank you, Pak. Rizky Fahri. Oh, amazing. Lack of leadership. So makes me looks in the past. Yes, at the time, the problem is that because I'm still working, I still do not want to be 100% doing business. So I do this business, I rely on other people's. I can come only Saturday, because Saturday I off, and Sunday everybody is also off. So only one day in a week that's not enough, because I do not able to sense what is the day-to-day condition. And that's everybody is always told me a good story. It's always like that. When the boss comes, you always try to look good and tells everything good. But that's just actually not what I want. So then I start my another own business. It's also the same like that. So I'll feel that, wow, at the end, then this is not their problem. This is my problem. This is my mistakes. So as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to admit that you make mistake. Do not just blame others. Executive in the company, they are very good on blaming others. But entrepreneurs, you cannot blame others. You have to blame yourself, because that's your own company. And so one of the things that makes me very difficult is I found the wrong partner. So here, as a young person, I believe you would like to start your own business, which is very good. But if somebody said, please find a good partner for me. Don't find a partner, do it yourself. Then when you are success, you can find a partner as your employee. You can find somebody who is very smart on IT, very smart on finance, hire them, employ them, not to be your counter partner, because should be no two captains in one boat. Yeah, only one nakoda, not two nakoda, not two captains. And yeah, partners, you share the same share ya. Kita sama-sama taruh uang, you put some money, and you have the commitment. You make the what's called the agreement through the notary and so on. But still, there are some issue about conflicts. So conflicts with the partner is one of the most problem. And I heard from one of the article, I forgot the article, but 97% of the new business is fail. So if you fail your business, just laugh, and then wake up, and then enjoy it. Do not crying all night long. Yeah, crying okay lah, 1 hour, 2 hour, okay. More than 2 hours, you run off your tears. Ya, backup aja gitu. Dan enjoy saja, because Pak Aryo said only 3% survive. So maybe I belong to another 97%. So it's okay. And most of the 97% fail either capital or partners. The rest, like a market, product, this can be developed. If you have a good partner, you have good capital, okay lah, still you have to can go along. But you have no capital, you have no good partner, then yes, you have to learn. And I hope that you don't follow my mistake. I know that you can do better than me. So Aditya Pratama, how to find a mentor or entrepreneurs? It's not so easy. Yeah, I think now is there are many free seminar, yeah, through online. Ya, maybe not if ITB nggak usah jangan cari yang free lah, cari yang bayar lah, 100.000, 200.000 ya, joining like itu udah sembaringi, many those, and then follow them and listen to their success story, not to their failed story, yeah, and then you have to invest. You know that this is my library. Ya. I bought so many books. This only ini baru 2 lemari, saya masih punya 2 lemari lagi. Itu I have to learn, study from all the best practitioners. Ya, saya sih mainnya lokal aja lah. Kalau Pak Asnan kan wilayahnya internasional. Saya mainnya
the book behind Pak Aryo is real ya. Kalau for me is virtual background. For Pak Aryo beneran.
Ini real, Pak.
Kalau saya punya virtual background, Pak. It's okay, Pak.
Astagfirullah.
Ya, that's why I mention kalau Pak Aryo pasti real gitu loh. Kalau bukunya real.
Ya, karena kalau saya nganggur saya baca buku, Pak.
Yeah.
So, yeah, first you have to study from the virtual, yeah, because there are many of them. Tapi there are also some of them are not very good, yeah. But it's okay. At least you can get their wisdom, their insight. Okay. And then the second things, when you want to have somebody who are to be your mentor, I know that ITB you have to do thesis ya Pak as well ya. Yeah, and thesis you will get the supervisor. Use your supervisor as your mentor. Ini nih. Don't let them only give you instruction. You do this, study this. But also ask them, what do you think, Pak? What do you think, ma'am? I have this kind of situation. What's your suggestion? Sudahlah. Ya, memang ditanya-tanya disuruh-suruh capek sih. Tapi Anda boleh nanya, boleh. Because your supervisor appointed by your university or institute, I believe those are the best people that can give you right way, right direction. So ask them. And I'm sure they will give you answer for free ya. Remember, entrepreneurs tuh selalu cari yang gratisan dulu aja. Karena apa? You have to save your money for your business. Ini makanya that's why people sometimes feel that entrepreneurs different ya Pak. Entrepreneurs tuh kayak jadi apa? Pelit banget gitu. Ya kalau jadi entrepreneur tuh harus berpikirnya pelitnya seperti pelitnya Yahudi, tapi otaknya seperti otaknya orang Jerman. That's the difference. Ya. If you are orangnya Aditya, you like to donate ya, kamu senang charity segala macam. Wah itu jadi entrepreneur ada susah sekali itu. Karena Anda selalu mudah memaafkan, selalu mudah ngasih. Hati-hati ya. Kalau kita bicara entrepreneur, kita bicara bisnis. Bisnis itu money. ya profit and loss gitu. Jadi jangan terlalu banyak ngasih. Kalau ngasih itu pakai duit pribadi, jangan pakai duit bisnis. You have to separate your wallet gitu. Itu sih cara saya sih itu. Kemudian ketiga ya sambil kita ketemu gini ngobrol beberapa orang yang bagus, minta japri mereka, Pak boleh nggak, Bu boleh nggak, can I have your personal opinion gitu. Usually after done this kind of video conference, lecturing, seminar, guest lecture, many people come to me asking for free consultation and I give it free. As long as the timing is fixed, it's okay. Just ask them. Yeah. Never late to learn. Hope answer your question, Rizky and Aditya.
Thank you, Pak.
Okay, yeah, it's interesting just now about the leadership yang Pak Aryo share ya. Jadi from this experience, finding a partner is very critical. Yeah, so if you cannot find the right partner, yeah, if you are not sure about your partner, the chemistry, the trust, and many other things, according to experience from Pak Aryo, yeah, better do it yourself. Yeah, you are the captain. Yeah, should not be two captains on one boat. Yeah, so that's also critical. As you really have certain level of trust and chemistry, yeah, with the partner, then better you lead yourself. And for the Aditya, yeah, I think you now have a new mentor already, a very qualified mentor already. Yeah. Pak Aryo, yeah. So later after the session, feel free. No, I'm thesis supervisor, yeah, but maybe for mentor, Pak Aryo is more qualified, yeah. Okay. Anyway, we still have about 15 minutes, yeah, for the guest lecture session. Okay, I open again the forum for another 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ade ya, boleh Ade, and then later one more. Who wants to ask question?
Can I ask, Pak?
Pak Mariel ya, oke. Ade and Mariel, oke. Silakan Ade. Yes, Ade. Oh, internetnya putus ini Ade ya. Oke, kalau gitu Mariel dulu nih. Halo, Ade bisa?
Yes, ya bisa.
Oke, bisa. Ayo, tadi kalau putus mau dulu. Oke, Ade silakan.
Okay, sir. Thank you. As my experience, I have some business, but one of my business is successfully have some customer and get revenue stable. But in the end, I have some problem with that revenue because my business is related to with the travel. So that as we are entrepreneur.
Sevel is 7-Eleven. What do you mean
Yes.
Sevel? Sevel means what? 7-Eleven?
No, travel, sir.
Oh, travel. Oh, travel. Okay. Sorry.
As we are entrepreneur, how we can survive that? How we can survive? How we can survive and sustain with this pandemic system? Because I tried a lot of some strategy, business and order, but it's still not yet success. And the second, okay, and with the entrepreneur, what do you think? How as the entrepreneur we can solve the problem? Because if I leave or change another business, I think I can get lots of the cost and the modal gitu Pak gitu.
Capital.
Okay, so and then the second question is in your presentation has mentioned that the entrepreneur challenge has find to difficult to find and the trustable partner, right? And so what do you think and what your opinion about how we can find the trouble partner with the in the now, in the past or in the future? Is possible? Is I mean is same or not to find the trustable partner? Because if if you want, if we success to find the business partner is good, so I think the business is good also. And then what do you think that, and then what your opinion, sir? Thank you.
Okay, next question from Mariel ya. Ya, silakan Mariel.
Okay, thank you for such an interesting sharing, Pak Aryo. I just want to continue the discussion about the partner. So, as you explained before about the personal qualities for entrepreneur leaders, there are quite several things about the qualities of the leaders. But in reality, as a new entrepreneur, you know that we are not having those all the personal quality. So we are not perfect as a new entrepreneur. So sometimes we are looking for others or for the partners to complete us, because it's not those personal quality. It's not only create in short term of time. So my question, or I just want to know your perspective about this thing, because as you explained before, partner is a critical thing. Don't find a partner at the beginning. So do it by yourself. But in this case, if we are stuck with our business, if we are not sharing with another one, we are stuck and then we leave the business. Is this the right thing to just do it by ourselves and then getting stuck and just try to survive with ourselves? What do you think about this thing, Pak? Thank you.
Yeah, please, Pak Aryo.
Yes, wow. I have to congratulate Pak Asnan. You have such intellectual student, Pak. Their question is so like a ini ujian skripsi. Okay, anyway, yeah, very good. First for Ade Mansyuria, when you have start the business and the business already in the very difficult situation, and then if you think about opening a new business, you will need new capitals, and what should I do? Something like that, yeah, Pak. So yes, this is normal. Yeah. So you are not alone, Ade. Yeah. Millions of people feel the same as you. Yeah. So when you are in the declining business condition, no, it's normal. As long as you can maintain the bottom line, still not so bad, then please continue. Of course, with some modification. This is the keyword. That's why you need to do digital. Yeah, like travel. Is it possible if you give some kind of application so that your customer can order your travel through mobile phone, for instance? So you can modify your travel, not only transporting passenger, but transporting goods, transporting package. Yeah, it's because now with the online ordering, I think the logistic business is escalating now because people like to move product one place to another place, but they don't want to touch the product because they are worried about this pandemic things. So you know that Gojek and also Gojek is not GoRide is the most famous, but the GoSend is more what's called rising because of that pandemic things. So the way to seek the opportunity is one of the critical issues. That's why you need to learn, explore from many seminars, many books. Yeah, I think you should also I recommend the book of my friend Yuswo Hadi. Yeah, he's one of the productive writers. He was also my friend when we were in the Marketplace. He writes some initiative about new business which can survive during this crisis. You just type in the Google search Yuswo Hadi and then about the leadership pandemic or crisis. They have a lot of lists of business that you can consider. Yeah. So should I maintain the current business or should I open the new business? The answer is both. You have to struggle, maintain the existing one, but you need also to start the new one as your backup. Yeah, that's why you need to be the multitasking. So you study in ITB, business management. This is only the way you resource idea, information, get some knowledge, get some strategy, get some advice from your such excellent lecturer like Dr. Asnan and so on and so on. So how to get this one and then try to transform into your real activities, into your real what's called business thing. So that's why I think I suggest you to do both. Yeah, when you do new business, of course you need the capitals, but the capital is you don't have to start big ya. Like to start small. Sekarang banyak kok apa yang ngasih UMKM itu ya, kredit lunak itu nggak apa-apa, take it. Or you can join one of the famous program of Sandiaga Uno ya, OKOC itu ya, yang 1000 program untuk 1000 entrepreneurs dan sebagainya. Just follow them, it's okay. Yeah, you don't have to follow their political wisdom or so on, but follow their what is the business thing that you should learn. Yeah, and then how to find a good partner. When you do this, I think if you are married, your wife is the best partner. Your son or your brother and sister. Why? Sometimes they are difficult, but they will tell you the truth when you are wrong. Yeah, as a pilot, you need a co-pilot. Co-pilot is somebody who can criticize the pilot. Pilot, don't go this way. Why? There's a mountain there. Okay. Just go this way, there's a beach there. So you need a good pilot, co-pilot. And good co-pilot is somebody who are very close with you in personal. Yeah, but again, you are the captain. You control the co-pilot. Don't let the co-pilot control you. Then you become a nightmare. Because you cannot make decision. Yeah, because your decision, whatever, will be challenged by them. Mariel Alexandra, wow. Yes, I agree with you. To find a good partner is to find a complements. Yeah, you know that there is a eight model of leadership. Yeah, I forgot all the details, but if you have very good on the sales, I think you should need a partner who are very good on the finance, just to balance. Yeah, if you find partner, you are very good on sales, and then you find another 2-3 partner, all very good in sales. The problem is who manages the money. So you need to get somebody who are able to support you, to complement the things that you are not good at it. Gitu ya. Jadi kalau kita ahli jualan ya jangan nyari orang ahli jualan lagi, tapi cari orang yang bisa memaintain operasional. Yeah, if you are good in you are good in manufacturing, you should also good in somebody who can do the business development. Yeah, you are good in finance. You should have somebody who are very good on marketing. So try to see people so that all the 8 model of the leadership, they are the one that also can be a good partner. The second thing for find a partner, please do not give the full control 100% at the beginning. Stepwise. Yeah. Pertama, oke lah, saya jualan ya, kamu pegang keuangan ya. Sementara kamu pegang ini dulu ya, cash flow aja dulu deh. Tapi jangan pegang uang bank dulu, ya. Bank jangan pegang dulu. Kamu pegang PT Cash dulu, udah pelan-pelan, bagus. Kemudian, oke, sekarang kamu pegang AR, naik lagi, kamu pegang AP, account payable. Setelah itu kamu pegang buku besar, pegang bank, ya. Kemudian terakhir kamu bisa ngurus pajak, nah, itu step by step gitu. Sampai until one day you feel confirmed this is good, gitu ya. So I think understand it's not so easy. Yeah, you have to start the business. No, I don't agree. You have to move on. Yeah, but if you feel that you're still good, you confident that you still run the business, you want to find partner, just find the financial partner, not official partner. Financial partner is somebody who can loan you the money, but still let you do the business. Yeah. If you have somebody who can loan you the money and do the business with you, he will control you. The question is, usually entrepreneurs high ego, ya. Entrepreneurs itu maunya menang sendiri, maunya ya maximizing profit, minimizing cost, gitu ya. That's the most way of thinking that entrepreneurs. So that's why entrepreneurs sometimes it's not so easy to find a partner. Kalaupun dia buat PT, pasti dia pegang sahamnya lebih besar. Porsi sahamnya, persentasenya. Artinya partnernya ada, tapi saya lebih besar. Karena apa? Saya bisa mengambil keputusan, saya bisa vote, saya bisa menganulir kalau emang keputusan salah. So this is the way, if I were you, ya Maria, so don't give up, still persist, find a good partner who can complement the thing that you are not so strong at it, and then make sure you still can control them and make sure you're still dominant on the share. That's my comments, Maria.
Thank you, Pak.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Ade and Mario, I hope Aryo's insight is beneficial to you. Yeah, the importance of being creative and shifting the business, yeah, to digital, and also the importance of finding the partner again. Yeah, the chemistry, the division, and the job desk of the partners that you engage is very critical. Yeah, if you are good in sales, find other partners in maybe operations or finance. Yeah, but don't. Two partners all are doing the sales and nobody is taking care of finance, then it's difficult for you to manage the business. Yeah. Okay. I open the forum for the last two questions. Yeah, because now you're already 11:05. Okay, two more questions. Anybody want to ask questions? Okay, if no more question, then one question from me, Pak Aryo, to represent also others. Yeah. So how useful, Pak, the knowledge we have in business school? Yeah, because especially for entrepreneurs, there are a lot of notions or a lot of opinion that you don't have to graduate from MBA or from business school in order to become entrepreneurs. And then they usually the example of Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, all are, or Steve Jobs, all are dropped out from university, not even undergraduate program. So, but they are successful entrepreneurs. But how do you can give suggestion to, especially to this new, entrepreneurs, that is very important still to learn from business school. What do you see, Pak Aryo?
Wow, this is a very tough question. But actually, yes, I fully agree, Pak, because business school still needed. Yeah, because that's where the Bible is. That's where all the textbooks, and that's where all the professor can be found. Yeah. Again, if you are a businessman, whether you like it or not, you ready or not, you need a good coach, or you need a good mentor. Yeah, because if you have a good mentor, you have a good coach, at least you minimizing your risk of fail, minimizing your risk of making more or new mistakes. Because all these books, all these academics, all the business school will tell you what has been done in the past, the good and the bad, what is being done today, and what will be for tomorrow. And those are the things that we have to realize whether this is still beneficial for entrepreneurs. Of course, there are some entrepreneurs who are always challenging the business school. Yeah, they make many books. MBA not manager lah, yang macam-macam. There are many books. And why you have to go to school, where you have to do. Yes, okay, I agree with you. But how many of them are survive? Yeah. They are born, yes. Entrepreneurs are born, not educated. Oh yeah, they can mention like that because they're already successful. If they are not successful, they will tell a different story. Yeah, so I think it's always good to prepare yourself. So let's say you have to cross the river, yeah, one side to another river, and then somebody said, just hire a boat, and then a fisherman can take you to another side of the river. Somebody said, oh, you can do swimming because it's not too far. You don't have to go to school of swimming, just swim there. But somebody said, oh, this is good, but I have to check whether this river has many alligator, or has any snake or anaconda, or is this river can be dangerous because of this underwater arus bawah laut itu ya, or is this the water of the river is poison or not? Then I have to test this because that's what I can learn from the school. That's why school is always nice and important only when we believe. Yeah. For those of them who are not believe, it's okay. They can make their opinion, and this is a free opinion, ya Pak. So it's okay. But if you are entrepreneurs and you are graduate from SPM ITB and with a good reputation and also good network and also have a good lecturing, I think you can be faster successful entrepreneurs rather than you are not joining the business school. And you know all the consequences, yeah. You know all the risks, but also you will know also the strategy how to achieve that one. So this will be my comments, Pak. The rest is I fully agree with you, Pak.
Okay, thank you, Pak Aryo. I think very insightful opinion, yeah, and also assessment from Pak Aryo. All right, I think because of the time, yeah, I think we have to end the session, even though still a lot of things that we can ask Pak Aryo, yeah, but now you know that Pak Aryo, you know his contact, so you can later contact him directly, of course, subject to his availability, yeah, and see whether he can also give you more valuable insight, advice, yeah, regarding your future business, yeah. So I think let's give a virtual a lot of applause, yeah. The reaction, you click the reaction icon in your Zoom, yeah. So show our appreciation to Pak Aryo, yeah, for his time and also his sharing, yeah. So thank you very much, Pak Aryo, for sharing with us.
You're most welcome, Pak. I hope
yeah,
will be benefit for everybody.
Okay, Pak. Yes, sure. It will be beneficial to students and also to myself. Yes. So I hope it's not the last time you attend the guest lecture, and let's keep in touch. Yeah, let's keep in touch and keep updated each other. Okay. Thank you very much, Pak Aryo. See you again next time.
Okay. So may I say bye bye to everybody? I'm sure you still have some discussion with.
Yes,
your lecture. So wish you all the best and stay healthy, yeah. Always. Okay, see you.
Sure, Pak Aryo. Thank you, Pak Aryo.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Aryo. Thank you, Pak Aryo.
Thank you, Pak.
Thank you, Pak.
Yeah.
Terima kasih, Pak.
All right. Yes. Okay, class. I think we have heard the session from Pak Aryo, yeah. So I hope that will also give you another perspective, more motivation, yeah, to finish the study and also later, of course, continue with your business, yeah. Okay, as the last part of our session, I want just to give you some heads up, yeah, some preparation for our final term assignment, yeah. Okay, let's wait for a moment. Okay, yeah, so okay. So as for the final term assignment, yeah, have you seen the slide already?
Yes, Pak.
Yes, Pak.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the assignment will be on a syndicate basis, yeah, group basis. Okay, the assignment will be out or distributed to you through email on Tuesday next week, yeah, 23rd of November. Sorry, next week, Tuesday is it correct? Oh, Tuesday 24th, yeah. Okay, so wrong date here. I will revise. Next Tuesday, Tuesday 24th November, 10 a.m. from academics, because the assignment has to go through academics, yeah. the assessment or the assignment consists of the application of framework. So in the second half of the course, I think we learn a lot of frameworks, yeah, from international business, yeah, global business, and also from the corporate strategy, ethics, CSV, or whatever exercise also that we have conducted. So mostly it's an application of framework, yeah. So it's not a theory per se, but the application, yeah, of the framework. And to make your life easier also, yeah, just stick on the same industry and same company that you have been using in the exercise, in the group exercise, yeah. So Syndicate 1 fashion, Syndicate 2 software, yeah, Syndicate 3 renewable energy, Syndicate 4 property development, and Syndicate 5 consumer banking. So stick to that industry or company, yeah, so you don't have to find or learn new thing. Later on, I will give you the framework and try to apply that in your industry, yeah. The assignment will be written in PPT or PDF, yeah. So make it like more visuals, yeah. So don't make it on a Word with a lot of narrative, yeah. So this is also because nowadays everything is visual, yeah. So try to make a good visuals with nice, design, yeah, PPT and PDF. But the content is still important, yeah. Don't make it good design, but the content is very minimalist, yeah. Only 1 or 2 bullet point, and then the rest are all only pictures, yeah. Okay, and later the assignment is submitted online through email to academic with CC to me, yeah, through email address, yeah. The due date is Monday, November 30th, yeah, at 11 a.m. Okay, so that's more or less the final term assignment that you will be doing as the last part of the course, yeah. Okay, any questions related to the final term assignment?
Sorry, Pa, just to clarify again, so
Yeah.
the frameworks will be given by you, then we
Yeah.
apply to the, okay.
Sure. I'll give the framework. Either the framework is on the book or it's a new framework, but still related to the topic that we have discussed. Yeah, something like CAGE framework, all the framework that we have discussed. Yeah, you will apply that in your assignment. Yeah, so good question. So I'll give the framework. I'll give the reference to the framework. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah.
Is this a group or the individual, sir?
The very first line, the syndicate basis. So it's group. Yeah, group. Yeah, syndicate basis. So the industry say the same for the syndicate also. So same thing like what you have been doing, yeah, in the case, in the presentation, all on the syndicate basis. Yeah. Okay. Other questions?
So there's no limit to the page, yeah, Pak?
No limit on the page. Yeah, no limit on the page. It's up to you. Yeah, of course you don't want to make it too lengthy anyway. Yeah, just focus on the question. Yeah, so most probably 4 or 5 questions or 4 or 5 frameworks. Yeah, that you will be doing because it's a group assignment anyway. So you need to have a good breakdown of the teamwork. Yeah. So who's doing what and who's doing which framework, yeah. So all together later you can compile. So it's part of the exercise to have a good teamwork, yeah. Okay, any other questions?
For the submission, sir,
Yeah.
The group send one file or every member submit the file?
Group only one file because it's syndicate basis. So same thing like the case submission and assignment so far, yeah, through email, only the representative. But if you want to CC the group member, it's okay, yeah. You can CC, you can not CC, it's up to you. But only one syndicate send only one file, yeah. No need for every member to send me the same file.
Okay, thank you, Pak.
Yeah, okay. Any other questions? Okay, yeah. So if no other questions, I think we can conclude our course. Yeah. So I hope you have learned a lot during our interaction and our discussion. Yeah. So I wish you all the best. Yeah. So we still keep in touch. We still communicate with each other. If anything you need to ask me, you know how to contact me. Yeah. You can contact me through email or through WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay. So and next week after the assignment is out, is distributed to you. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. At least the head of the syndicate or the leader of the syndicate can ask me the question. So not every member ask me, otherwise you might be repeating the same question. So but every syndicate can ask me. The one of the member, maybe the leader of the syndicate, can contact me either by email, by WhatsApp, or even if it is urgent, you can call me to ask and clarify on the assignment question. All right, so I think that's all for our course. All the best with your study. Take care, semoga sukses. If during the interaction kalau ada kesalahan, kekurangan, mohon maaf semoga sukses, sehat selalu Alright, selamat siang, kita akhiri sampai sini Oke, terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Banyak Pak.
Thank you,
Oke,
sir.
bye-bye, take care.
Makasih, Pak.
Ya, sama-sama.